Welcome back to Reality Talks with Terrence, where we don't pick sides, we pick reality. And the reality is this: while the young Jeezy and Gucci Man beef went all for nothing. And if you haven't been tuned in to the latest news, then you wouldn't know. But now you do. Gucci Man and young Jeezy are doing a versus. Now, if you don't know what the versus is when they take two artists, put them together, put them in the same room, and make them battle some of their best records, record for record, and then let the people pick who's the best or who is number one. Now, for quite some time now, man, there's been a lot of back and forth talk about who's the best trap rapper. Is it Gucci Man? Is it Young Jeezy? And if you ask me, I like both these artists. But let's get into the reality. The reality is this: Gucci Man and Young Jeezy's beef all went for nothing. Because here it is in the year 2020, and both of these artists are now going to be sitting in a room and acting as if they are the best of friends. Now, if you haven't been tuned in and you don't know the history about the Gucci Man and Young Jeezy beef, there has been bloodshed. Gucci Man was dealing with a stripper, and they was at the house, and some people knocked on the door, forced their way in, and Gucci Man was able to get to his gun, shoot his gun, and kill some of the people who was trying to rob and kill him. Now, there's no evidence of this, but word on the street is Young Jeezy had those people go and try to attack Gucci Man. Go and try to take his life. In the beef, from our believing, all started about the So Icy, record. That was Gucci Man's first commercial, hit single. Young Jeezy was featured on the record. It was a very dope record, man. A lot of people was feeling it. And for some reason, man, off that record, those two started beefing. The word is, first the record was Young Jeezy's, then the record was Gucci Man's, and Zaytoven, that's the one who made the beat. He sold the beat to Jeezy and then sold the beat to Gucci Man. It's just a whole lot of foolishness, man. And then Young Jeezy did something very stupid, and he went on national TV, and he said he put a bounty on Gucci Man's chain, Bart Simpson chain. And I think he told people, if you can get it, I got $10,000 or $100,000. It was something silly. But I mean, Young Jeezy could have ended his whole career just by saying that if Gucci Man was to get killed or anything. But it's crazy that these two are gonna be in the same room and gonna be acting as best of friends in the year 2020, after all this stuff has happened, after so many people have went to jail, so many friends have been shot, so many friends have been killed. And this is why I always tell people, when you live in reality, you gotta know this. These rappers, they the same thing as wrestlers. They are entertainers. None of this shit's real. It's all fabricated. It's all bullshit. But some of these rappers, man, will have certain individuals around them who love them and who will do anything for them. And they play on that. They play on the fact that I can have my man do anything I want him to do. I can have him shoot you. I can have him kill you. Just because you can do it don't mean you do it. And I feel that it's very disrespectful for Young Jeezy to even be in the same room and even be dealing with Gucci Man after your friends have been killed, trying to do something for you. After your friends, right, have been shot. After your friends are in jail doing lots and lots of time behind a situation that was never real. It was always bullshit. And this is why I say, man, we got to be careful of putting a lot of these entertainers on a pedestal putting these entertainers, you know, in a high place, like they are better than somebody else when they're not. These dudes are just as stupid, right? As you see the dudes on the corner selling dope every day. They are no different. They are no different. Young Jeezy, you done get your friends killed. You know, put your friends in jail. You have taken your friends away from their kids, away from their family members, all behind your bullshit. All behind your bullshit. And if you ask me, I'm looking from the outside looking in. Gucci Mane was never the aggressor until he was aggressed, right? Until Young Jeezy came after him, then he went 10 toes hard. He went in, he didn't play. And at the end of the day, Young Jeezy was playing. Gucci Mane wasn't. And at the end of the day, man, this is why we say it all went for nothing, because like I said, man, you have taken people away from their families. You have cut people's life span very short, whether they're dead, whether they're in jail, all behind your bullshit, all because you was playing all over a song that wasn't hurting nobody, all over a chain that wasn't hurting nobody. It's just pure foolishness, man. So at the end of the day, we gonna call it a spade, and Young Jeezy's a pure sucker, right? For even dealing with Gucci Mane or even doing the verses. Ain't nothing wrong with putting your differences to the side. Y'all could have did that years ago. Y'all could have put y'all differences to the side and been the best of friends and continue to get money. But at this very moment, man, there has been bloodshed. People are in jail. This turned from a fake and an unreal situation to a very real situation, man. And I'm not saying you got to have a problem with Gucci Mane and Gucci Mane got to have a problem with Young Jeezy. I'm not saying that. I'm saying move on with your life, man, and leave that where it's at, because it's very disrespectful to those people's families, right? And now y'all gonna be the best of friends and y'all still rich and y'all gonna play that game after people have lost their life, after people have went to jail for a very long time, all behind the foolishness, when this shit could have been nipped in the bud in the very beginning. So I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Reality Talks with Terrence, where we don't pick sides, we pick reality. And the reality is this: the Young Jeezy and Gucci Mane beef all went for nothing. Here it is in the year 2020, and now they gonna play for they're the best of friends. After friends have lost their life, after friends have been put in jail, and I'm talking on both sides. We got to stop the foolishness, and we got to wake up, and we got to live in reality. And the reality is all of those petty little bullshit needs to stop. And let's be real alpha males and put real alpha males around us so we can get to the bottom of whatever make-believe, fake-believe problem that we have with one another. Peace.
Reality talks with T, where we don't pick sides. We pick reality.